Welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all for hanging with me on this Tuesday. So I've talked a lot recently about you've got to have quite a few spots because how the fish are going to disperse all over the lake. You know, your deep fishing spots, the thermocline is coming up in the water column, so that's going to cause a lot of fish to suspend. You also have a lot of fishing pressure, so those deep spots are kind of fizzling off. You can still catch a big one off them, you can still get bit, but they're not the types of schools that you saw the end of May, beginning of June. Now we're also looking at shallow fishing, but shallow fishing is super tough because you just have the same situation that you have out deep with fishing pressure. And if you don't have a reason for those fish to really want to get shallow, like shade or brim, you're just not going to do real well shallow either. So when I am looking for new ways to catch them as we get in the later parts of the summer, any opportunity that arises, you have to jump all over it. And right now we have the mayflies that are hatching. So that's a big deal because when you just need to go find one or two shallow places, that's going to be the first places that I look. So the brim may still be spawning, but they're really going to be keying in on those mayflies. And as much as I like to throw a prop bait, here's a nice little prop bait bass. How fat that thing is. Up there eating brim. June is all about prop bait. Propeller on the back and on the front. Nice healthy bass. That bass weighs 2 1/4 probably. A prop bait doesn't always work real well when you're trying to cover a lot of water, because a prop bait is great when the brim are spawning, but when you have brim that are in big areas, maybe you have overhanging trees where you really can't get a prop bait underneath them, the prop bait isn't the best bait. So my favorite bait when I'm fishing around brim, but I have to cover a lot of water, is a line through swim bait in more of a brim type pattern, your green pumpkins, your oranges, but that is a line through. So how that is different than most other swim baits is it has a little chamber down here in the bottom. You thread the line through the nose of the swim bait, and then you just put like a size 2 treble hook on there, and then that swim bait is just gonna sit in place on that hook. You just bury that size 2 right up in the stomach of that swim bait, and then you can still fish this super shallow. So those bass are gonna be in 2-3 feet of water, and that is the perfect depth range. And that swim bait skips really well. So if you have to skip it underneath bushes, overhanging trees, and even around docks, all places where the mayflies are going to be hatching, that's going to be a really good way to catch them. And then you can fish fast. You don't have to be sitting there waiting for your prop bait, for the bubbles to go away. You can cover a lot of water. So I think that's the biggest thing. Whenever I'm fishing around brim, I need to be moving fast. I need that trolling motor on 3 or 4, 30%, 40%, and burning down the bank, because you will want to be around where you can see them. You want to be around where you can see the bass. So all those things are very important. And if you're just sitting in one place, that prop bait's going to be your best bet. But if you need to be moving, you need to be skipping this, try a line through swim bait. This is probably my second favorite bait outside of like a wacky rig, and the wacky rig deal, they've seen a lot of those as well. So I do keep a wacky rig for followers always when I'm fishing a swim bait. But I think this time of year, and look for those green pumpkins, those oranges, your natural brim color patterns. The Scottsboro line through swim bait's a really good one. But try that, guys, as these mayflies hatch. Your deep bite is going to start dwindling, and you need to get shallow. The mayfly hatch, the brim are going to be a key, and the shade. So try that, guys. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.